Hi folks, Senator TPUSA, also known as Noodles, and today we're going to be talking about Turning Point USA. Yes, Turning Point USA, the institution that was once helmed by Charlie Kirk, and unfortunately is no longer helmed by Charlie Kirk due to very sad and unfortunate circumstances. But it seems like the organization is falling apart more and more every day because they just announced their newest campus tour, and guess who they're featuring as one of their leads? The great Matt Nuclear, who literally nobody's heard of. Yeah, the guy who averages fewer views than me is somehow headlining Turning Point USA's next campus tour. He's featured more prominently than some of the big names Turning Point usually puts on these types of things, and he's doing stops with Knowles of all people, and a whole bunch of other people too. Needless to say, folks, it has never been more obvious that the Israel First grift pays dividends. If you are an African immigrant, literally, this guy is an immigrant from Angola, and you shill for the state of Israel, apparently, not only are you going to get an $8,000 check, but you'll also get shoved down the throats of conservatives so Americans can be lectured about how much they should support Israel by a 65 IQ third worlder. That's it, folks. That's literally it. And the irony is that Ben Shapiro uses third world as an insult on X almost every single day. I've seen it happen. He'll literally go on X and say, this is so third world. Like, bro, here's the thing, Ben. You literally had to hire the third world to defend your favorite country, Israel, dude. Come on. Anyway, that's all beside the point. Turning Point has obviously been getting a lot of backlash over this tour. Somebody even made a parody version of the poster calling it Israel, love it or leave it, because the name of the tour is America, Live It or Leave It. And looking at the rest of the lineup, a lot of people are basically saying, who are these people? Not necessarily because nobody recognizes them, but because it's like, why do we have to listen to Ben Shapiro talk about the same stuff for the 100th time in the last 60 minutes? He's been doing it for a decade and a half already. Is there nobody new? I guess not. I guess when it comes to Israel money, they like funding the same people. And outside of the Daily Wire fatigue everybody has been feeling, the other part of the announcement was this second group of recognizable faces. You know, Riley Gaines, Brandon Tatum, and Will Witt. Yeah, Will Witt. Now, I'm not personally familiar with Will Witt. Yeah, Will Witt. Now, I'm personally not familiar with Will Witt, but then I ran into a post from less than 24 hours ago alleging that Will Witt has been sending pictures of his dingling to college students at the different campuses he's been visiting. And it makes you wonder, why is this guy built second next to Riley Gaines? This guy is allegedly sending out his dingling. Really? Is this what Turning Point has become? And then there's the other part of the backlash. See, in the original announcement, they had Nala Ray, the former porn star who is now, I guess, the stellar Christian, the greatest Christian ever. Yeah, the same person people are accusing of grifting Christianity is featured right up there too. So in case you haven't realized it yet, folks, this is what the conservative movement has apparently been distilled to. Whores, creeps, and Israel firsters. That's what it is, I guess. So if you're thinking of going to a Turning Point convention, apparently that's what you're going to see. I would say don't let your daughter go alone because she may end up with a Will Witt dick pic in her DMs. Again, I say that allegedly, obviously. I'm not going to show you the picture. But yeah, we're going to keep this one short. This whole thing really makes me question the leadership at Turning Point USA. They are clearly missing Charlie, but that's a whole other conversation. Anyway, folks, you tell me what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Share it with a friend if you think they'll enjoy it as well. I'll see you at the next one. Take care. Peace.